Hello everyone, busygamerdad back again. Going to be doing another session gameplay series here on the busygamerdad channel where we take a look at a game over the course of 3 separate episodes. The first one being the initial dive into the game, the second one being our thoughts on the mechanics and how we think they're working, and then our final one is our thoughts on the game. Is it worth your busy gamer money? Is it worth your busy gamer time? Like and subscribe to the video and to the channel so you can stay up to date with more of these games. Today and this week we are taking a look at Dice Legends. This is a demo that is freely available on Steam. I'll have a link for it should you want to try it out. This game fully came out in October, early October I think, and if you are interested in just buying it without even taking a look any further in the video, go ahead and do that or taking a look at it. I will have a link for you guys in the YouTube descriptions for you to take a look at the price for it. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Basically, Dice Legends is your quintessential roguelike deck builder, dungeon crawler, battler, card battler kind of thing. You have a wonderful pixel art style, though. It's very much like, I would almost call it a better version of something like almost Peglin or something like that, where you have these characters and they're on a bar and you're trying to move across the dungeon and you're using your cards to do different abilities and different attacks and things like that. So, without any further ado, we're going to jump into it. This is, like I said, our first jump into the game, so this might go completely and totally horribly wrong, and we will discuss the mechanics as we go further into it. Alright, so we have Ari the Brave. I don't think I have anyone else, do I? No, I don't. Okay, unlocked by killing the first boss, and unclocked by killing the second one. Okay, so Ari, yeah. A lion paladin that wields the power of a 6 die to unleash immense damage and shield himself from incoming attacks. So these are his general stats. What does his deck look like? Alright, so you're a quintessential paladin. He's got the hammer, he's got smites, he's got lion punch, holy defense, and shield cards. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Looks like we can probably slot things in. And oh, the hammer time does a passive effect of hitting them and making them take more damage. That's actually pretty good. And then what's this starting portrait? I'm assuming that we can actually change the portrait as we go in. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, I mean, let's face our destiny. The story arc is that there was a wizard who cast a spell that turned the world into basically all these anthropomorphic animals. And you are on your way to find the last human to kind of break the chains of destiny, as it were. So, yeah, very interesting. Like I said, it's a very cool Peglin style screen that you see here, but the graphics or the pixel art, very beautifully done. I think that this game, in and of itself, has done a really great job with these pixel arts and these sprite work for this game. Alright, before you head out on your adventure, let's go quick over the basics one more time to make sure you're all set. So we have the card's name, we have the image, we have the dice indicator, we have the card's description. Your arsenal consists of dice and a deck of cards. Cards require a single dice or multiple dice to play. Drag and drop them. Okay, cool, awesome. Go on, hit the dummy with one of your abilities. So we have to roll, and then we can just click and where do we roll? Where do we roll our dice? Hit the dummy with one of our abilities. So can I click on this, or do I click on this and I roll the dice, or do I drop this back into here? Looks like I dropped that in there because I guess I rolled a 2, and then we hit him for 3 damage because of the extra bonus from our might here, I'm assuming. Press the button to finish your turn and let the enemy take theirs. So they're going to shield up. Enemy turn, they're going to shield up for 3. Okay, makes sense. Your quintessential stuff, nothing too hard to follow. Alright, let's give blocking a try. So we have automatically rolled a 4 plus 2, so we get 6 block, and that's shown right there. We need to pay attention in a fight. Recognize your enemy's intent above their head. They'll be doing 5 damage to us, so we have enough to block it. Prevents incoming damage until it is depleted. Okay, so it doesn't fall off. I like the screen shake. It's good. It gives some indication of like impact for everything, and it doesn't fall off at the end of the turn. That's good. All right, now you've drawn. Cards are drawn in 5 columns and are available in 2 big or small sizes. Okay, so we have our big cards and our small cards. Okay, one column can fit 1 big card or 2 small cards. Okay, so these are the columns, so that's why they're stacked like they are. And then we have the general 1 row situation. Gotcha. It's like if you merge the cells in an Excel spreadsheet. If a player has 2 or more small cards in the draw pile, they are drawn together in a single card. Okay, fine. At the start of your turn, new cards are drawn from the draw pile, and all your dice are re-rolled. The cards that you have played before will go in the discard pile. Once the discard pile is full, those cards are shuffled back into the draw pile. rinse, repeat. Makes sense. Cards with the burn keyword will be shuffled into the burnt pile after they are used and won't be used again. Okay, so they're like exiled, or they're yeah, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, exiled is the best way. The single use cards. Some cards can be played multiple times per turn. The number of times they can be played, is represented by its tokens. Okay. To activate a card, you must use a die that matches one of the values listed. Oh, so 1 through 3. So if we roll a 4, we couldn't use this one. Makes sense there. Die indicators 1 through 3. So we have a 3. We will use that on this. As you can see, we activated a glow. Yes. If you'd like to retrieve the die from the activated card, right-click it so it lets us cancel it out. Alright, you have to be decisive. Don't hesitate. Each hero has a portrait they can activate multiple times per turn to gain significant benefits. So I'm assuming the charge is an attack bonus. All heroes start with a unique portrait they can use to progress the story. Yep, we'll unlock the characters. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let's try it out. Use all your dice to activate the charge effect, which does extra damage to all red cards. Will be used not only during your turn but throughout the entire fight. Okay, so I'm just going to keep on doing this. Yeah, it's that charge ability seems to be kind of leading in. We're going to get a total of 6. And then press the button to finish your turn and let your enemy take their action. So they're just going to be shielding up. Yep, increases damage by now 5, it says. Different cards have different dice requirements. You can see them listed here. So this looks like it takes 2 dice of the same value. Do you remember that game we covered, Die and Fold? That one is exactly like what this mechanic reminds me of, where we have dice that we roll and we have to use the right dice to get the effects on the cards. Very important. Or even like there was another one we covered, I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to look it up again, but yeah, very similar. Tamarick, the Road to Tamarick or something like that. Yeah, very similar mechanics. Can you see some of them here? There are 5 colors of cards in the game. Red cards are focus damage, blues are defensive, and greens are all about buffs. Okay, fair enough. Purple cards can cripple your opponent with debuffs. Okay, so red is damage, blue is shield, green is buff, purple is debuff, yellow is manipulate the dice. Speaking of buffs, you must master these status effects to deal devastating combos and avoid large amounts of damage from your opponents. That makes sense. We don't want to get hit too hard in the head. Or else we'll not be making very many good videos. Not that I'm saying that these are stellar videos to begin with, because you guys out there in TV land have to let me know. Green buffs provide permanent. Oh, okay. Effect. Oh, in battle. Okay, so permanent in battle. They don't fall off. Gotcha. Strength indicated on the icon. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yellow buffs are temporary effects. Some last 1 turn, while others remain in effect for a while. Purples are debuffs. Yep. So vulnerable for 3 turns, and they fall off. Pink buffs are unique to the enemy. Take note of them. Okay, so will debuff player by Venom Cloud. Venom Cloud does poison. Gotcha. Now crush your enemy before it can take its turn and poison you. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. So we have to use 2 dice that are the same. Right there. And, yep, dead. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love the pixel art. The pixel art is just so cool. I love this. Look at this. The dummy had a potion stuck in it. Huh. Well, it's yours. Okay, thank you. Sometimes enemies will drop potions that you can pick up. They will provide powerful one-time benefits. You can hold up to 5 potions. Looks like I can only hold up to 4. But maybe there's a 5th one. Oh, and what do we have here? Treasure chest. Hurry, smash the lock and take a look inside. Oh, nice. Okay, that's a little fun little mechanic right there. Fun little idea. You can also come across powerful gear that will increase your power. You can equip 8 pieces of gear at once. Okay, so we kind of get a full set piece thing going on, so I get to pick. I like every 7 turns gains 5 single counter deal damage. I like this because I know we're naturally going to be taking damage. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the arrowhead. Alright. All the unequipped gear will be put into storage. You can change your gear only between battles. Cool. Awesome. Choose my cards. I don't really have many to choose from, so I'm just going to... This is my gear right here. Yeah, these are my pieces of gear. Gotcha. Alright. Throughout your journey, you will need to be nimble and adept to adapt to the situation at a moment's notice. When you defeat foes, I might show up just to see how. Oh, good gosh! So now we have to fight again. That's great. Or we have to fight her. She looks pretty tough, actually. She really does. Let's see here. Once more, deal 7 damage. Add a copy of this card to the discard pile. We can heal. We get more counter. I like the heal. I don't think we actually have a heal, so I'm going to take the heal. Alright, and as a paladin, I mean, why wouldn't we want to have a little bit of a heal? Because we are going to be the tank, right? We are going to naturally be taking damage. We're not going to be dodging things. We do have some, armor buffs, things like that, but I have a feeling they're going to get through it eventually. Alright, this is a map of your first adventure. You'll encounter enemies, even tougher enemies. Visit places you can stay and places you wish to avoid. Alright, once you'll be heading toward the last human, you might meet a few of my friends who will help you stock up on useful gear and sharpen your skills for a small fee. Yes, I know this was a lot to process, but here's the thing. You can go out into the world knowing you've got a fighting chance. You might be the only one who can tap into something we used to call luck. Alright, so yeah, there's the last human in the tower. Alright, so again, what drew me to this game was the pixel art. What drew me to this game was the aesthetic. The design aesthetic for this game is what really kind of like, wow, this resonated with me on a level. I don't know why. I just think they did a really great job with things. Alright, so we have a floating eyeball that made it into town, and they're carrying a shield? Question mark? I don't know. So it looks like we rolled our dice. So they're going to hit us with a debuff. And they have 21 health, so we could re-roll if I choose to. So I'm going to hit him for 6, and then I can hit him for... I mean, I can re-roll the 1. Yeah, I can hit him for the 3. I can do that 3 times. Alright, so if I hit you with the 6 right there, and then let me re-roll this, see what we get. We got a 2. Let me try again. We had a 1. I figured it was going to be a 1. I just figured. I had that feeling. I mean, they're not hitting us with anything that's going to hurt us. What does just do? Just decreases all dice rolls. So I think that if we just lean into the attack, we'll be fine. Alright, and then we'll end our turn. And I don't know if we get cards saved. No, it doesn't look like we save all the cards. Alright, so we're naturally going to win this round anyways. And we rolled nothing but 1s. Fabulous. Aren't we the best in the world? Well, there we are. Good. And I love them. I love it. I just love the pixel art that they've got for this. Alright, victory. Now what do we get? So how was your first real fight? Your teacher asked with a big grin on her face. I was ready, was vigilant, I was brave. I did well. It was scary at first, but my adrenaline is rushing through my body veins. I want more. There, we'll do that one. So confident, huh? Let's see you use this new skill you've learned. Alright, so we have to fight her, I'm assuming. Alright, so, so purple's for the debuffs. Shield bash. Deal 10 damage and add vulnerable, head first, and gain -1. So I like this one, but it takes a 6. This one requires double dice to use. This one requires, I'm assuming, 10? But I don't know how we get a 10. We only roll 6-sided dice. So I'm very confused on how we would get a 10. I'd like to try, maybe this is like exactly 6, and this is adding up to 6. Let's try this one out. I want to try this one out and see how that works and see what the flow is. Alright, so we can go anywhere. We can go to a blacksmith. We can take a rest stop. Looks like there's a shop down here. There's no shops up there. This is the only shop available to us. We've got 170 bucks. I'm going to go to the north. Let's go across the river here and let's go to the north. Oh, cool. Awesome. Great. Just exactly what I wanted. A whole round of attack. Alright, so we rolled pretty high. So ×2 block. So if I do this... Oh, 1 through 4. Okay, so if I do... So this gives me 8. And we have... What is it? 9, 16 coming in. So it'll give me 8. And... I mean, another... Yeah, if I do this, then we're covered, right? So Yeah, so that's 9, 16. Yeah, 16 damage there. And then... Can I do this? Again! Oh, okay, let me go over. Nice, awesome. And I reduced their damage, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, I care. I mean, that's great that I reduced their damage. I didn't have to block as much. And the block doesn't fall off, it seems, so that's fine by me. Now, this isn't actually going to proc unless I take damage, it seems, which is fine. Well, no, it says every 7 turns gain it. Okay, so I don't actually have that just yet. Alright, so they're going to vulnerable me, and they're going to reduce them on my dice. Don't like that at all. This is 1 through 6 and applies vulnerable. Alright, so let's do you. I have a feeling that he's going to be the bigger long-term threat, because he attacks multiple times for 9 damage, where this guy only did 1, and he's got lower life. So I'm going to take out the guy in the back. I could do another 3 in weakness. That's not really going to help me too much. Right there, and then do I want to reroll? Let's try the reroll. Got a 4. That's pretty close to what I need. Right there, and then I'm going to hold on to this dice, and then we're going to end our turn. I'm going to hold on to the 4. Now, I want to see if it'll let me roll an extra dice this round. Or if it just holds on. It does. I hold on to that extra dice. I don't know why they're on fire. Why are they on fire? I don't know what I did to make them on fire, but it seems pretty good to me. Alright, so 1 through 2. So if I do this, I'll just take you out, right? There, done. And then they're going to do 6. 1 through 4. 1 through 4. I could hold on to that dice. Actually, if I drop the 6 here, increases the damage I deal. And then I do those. Is that not the better play? So if I do this, and then I do that, and then... I mean, I don't think I've got another way around this. If I hit him for 1, it's going to hit him for 7. Because of reasons. I don't know why it's hitting him for 7. Reduces the damage you deal by 30%. 50% more damage taken. And then that's the 4 that I held on to. I mean, let's just block it up. And then we'll be okay. Takes 50% more damage, so you have to factor that into the math. Okay, so he's going to hit us for 10. That's going to be... Do I have what it takes to kill him now? Smack him with that. I don't think I do. Because I can do 5, 10, that'll be 10. That's gone. Oh no, we do. Yeah, we do, because he's got the vulnerable. Okay, good. Awesome. Awesome. Numbers and things working together. Alright, so Holy Wrath deals all... AoE would be huge. Ooh, I don't know if I like losing life. Let's do the AoE. I desperately think that we're missing that in our thing here. So we're currently here. Let's see what the blacksmith has to offer. What upgrading weapons? Oh, hey, dude. Nice. Awesome. Close the door, please. The forge is piping hot and sparks are flying everywhere. It's vital to keep a consistent temperature in the forge. Sit down. I will be with you in a second. Fine, I guess I'll wait. The road is dangerous. Can you help me? I will wait. He asked me to wait. Yes. The name is Crabbo. Sorry, shaking hands with claws was always tricky. You see, one time there was this lord that came in. Didn't realize it was story time already. Alright, cool. It's funny that the crab is the blacksmith. I think that's kind of funny, actually. Alright, gain 20 block at the start of a battle? That's not bad. Gain 2 block when re-rolling a dice. We've been doing that a lot. We don't have... oh, we do have enough money for everything. 2 extra block. Gain 2 more block. Okay, so we can get all these cards if we want to exchange an item, upgrade an item, or remove a card. Gain 2 charge and lose 20 gold at the start of your turn. That's not really helpful. None of these are speaking extra damage to me. I do like this one because I do not know what kind of nasty debuffs are going to come around. The counter is probably really good too, but the debuff one is kind of speaking to me. We already have a necklace, so I don't know if we can just get nothing but necklaces and then just run around naked wearing, 18 chains. I don't know how that works. Let's try it out and see. I mean, it's every 7 turns. We haven't hit 7 turns yet. We've kind of been able to get through things pretty quickly. So I'm kind of hesitant to see how this one plays out. I'll do the counter. Deal damage back when attacked. I don't know how much damage. So we'll get the boots. Can I do that? Or am I not allowed to? No. Okay, so I got the boots. And then I've got 128 left. Could do the bandages when we take damage. Or we can upgrade an item or remove a card. What happens if we upgrade an item? I want to see what happens if we upgrade these. To 3 counter. How much does it cost? 100? Sure. Let's do it. We got some new boots. Let's upgrade them. And there we are. We got, what, 28 gold left? That is not enough for anything else. Alright. Thank you, Crabbo. Talk to you later. Alright. And we'll do 9 damage and then apply poison when attacked. They're venomous. That sucks. Alright. So we'll shield up first. I don't know. So it goes through our block. Okay, it goes through our block. Gotcha. And they're going to hit us for 9. So let's do the shield. And let's do this. And then just hit him again because we're going to naturally get poisoned. Yeah, 2 poison right there, and that's going to be our turn. Yep. So when I sacrifice a dice to the portrait, it seems like it only goes up by 1. It doesn't actually give me like the face value of the dice. So that's interesting. All right, so +4 to all enemies. Is this worth it? So this is 6. Yep. And that was 12. Yeah, that was the better play. Oh, I should have probably used that one. Darn it. Knucklehead. Oh well, no big deal. No big deal. And that was AoE, so it actually didn't apply the poison. So not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. They're hitting us for 9 times 2 block. So if I hit you with this, and then I'll re-roll that dice. Oh, no, that is way too much. That is way too much. Let me re-roll it again. Got a 5. That is still... Darn it. Alright, well, we're going to eat a little bit of damage from this one. Well, we'll see if the counterattack goes. And we got him on the clapback. Nice. Cool. Awesome. So, vampirism, restore health when you reduce enemy's health, and then the poison. Okay. Alright, smash that, and then conversation starters. Literally a hammer to the face. Okay. One more time. Deal 7 damage, add a copy of this card, and then the Holy Wrath. If the enemy is at full HP, it does 30. Wow. So, this isn't a bad one. But this is literally any dice, and I can do 7 damage. And it puts another copy on. I'm going to do that one. We're not hurt terribly bad, so I'm just going to keep on taking fights and seeing what that's all about. Trying to get the mechanics under our under our belt, under our chin. Oh, it's one of those things. All right, so we've got. It's going to do 12 to us. We don't have a way of blocking, so we're going to eat some damage. This is going to do 4 plus that. I am going to... What is the other effect here? Gain 2 charge when you reduce the enemy's health. Oh, alright, well, this is going to suck. Alright, so I'm going to do that right there off the bat. And then I'm actually going to try and reroll the 1. I got a 3. Do I reroll the 2? Let's do it. Let's reroll the 2. Got a 5. Alright, so there we go. So we're going to hit him for a lot more damage there. And we're just going to kind of smash into him. I think he's going to go down here. So we're not taking any damage, which is actually pretty good. The best way to avoid damage is kill the person who's trying to kill you first. That's the best way to avoid any damage, right? Alright, so this just does the thing, right? And then I need 10 on you. Do I have enough? Let's see here. So... he doesn't have weakness on him, so if I... yeah, this isn't going to work. We're not going to be able to apply that on him. So, if I do this, that's just going to do the 7, now 8. Okay, so it adds it. Oh, so if I do this, that'll be... wait. That was a 4. Why is it only doing 8 damage to him? Interesting, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'll just do the 8 damage. And then... I will do times 2 block 8. So that's going to give us 8 block. And then I can do another 2. And then that's that. And then right here. So that's our 16, so we're safe. So I'm going to do that so I don't take the damage. Yeah, block it. Because I didn't see us getting through his stuff. But now I do. Now I do. Because we can just do nothing because we don't have anything. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is if I do you there, apply the weakness, and then I'm actually going to re-roll this guy, get a 2, and hit him for 6. And let's try it again. Let's get a re-roll. Low. Nice. We get it. We finish him off. Yes. Nice. Nice. I love it. Lose control. Apply weakness to all enemies. Holy sword. I can say no thanks to these. Yeah, bang. I don't want that. And this one is a 1 or a 2. Deal damage back this turn. Single counter. So it falls off after this turn. I don't know if I like that. That seems like a waste of a spot. So I'm going to say no thanks. I'm going to say no thanks. I'm going to skip it. Because my deck is starting to fill up with cards that I'm like, I don't really want those. So we're here, right? Is that where we're at? Or where were we at? We were at the tower? And now we're going on down the tower path? Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see here. So 7 damage. So first things first, what are you going to do to me? You're going to debuff and you're going to poison me. That's just fabulous. So I'll focus on this guy first so I don't have to worry about taking too much damage from him. But first I'm going to actually shield up, get 8. So that doesn't fall off. And then this is going to do 2. So if I do this, yeah, just do that. Hit him with that. Doesn't matter what I do to this. So I'm going to hold on to this card, save it for the next round. And then this is 6 damage. Or 12. I'm going to take the 12, obviously. That's the smarter play, right? Yep, and so now we got poisoned, which is just annoying. There it is. That's the one I want. So if I use this 6, and that's going to do +4 to all enemies. Oh, that did bring our poison up. Darn it. Okay, well, that's not ideal. So we're going to try and reroll, because... well, you know what? Actually, we should reroll. We should reroll. We should do double rerolls, just to see what we get, because we have the spots for it. Nice. Awesome. So if I were to do this, that would give us 1 more damage. right? Yeah. And then I'll just do the block, the damage, and that. Even though I should have done that first. I should have done the other one. If I was going to use both of those first, I should have did that first. Alright, so there's that guy. So I'm just going to finish this fight off with this right here. Nope, hang on. I'm going to do some re-rolling real quick. 6, and if this is a 4 or another 6, that's fine. So hit you there. So he's getting hit with that, and then this should be enough, right? Yeah, we got it. We got it. I thought it was going to work out. I thought it was going to work out. Nice. What do we got? I need options times 2 damage. Holy Ray, based on what we roll, so that's a max of 12. I mean, we've got other cards that do the same things. I don't want to keep giving into deck bloat because we've got 10 cards. I have yet to see. Yeah. I mean, I could do it. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. I mean, the worst that happens is we make a terrible, terrible mistake, right? We make a terrible, terrible mistake. I thought I had a heal in here. I don't know what happened to it. I guess I misclicked. The mirror. Oh no, retaliation is different than counter. That's the one I was looking for. That's the one I was looking for before. Okay, so let's do armor up. Let's re-roll you. There. Let's re-roll you. Got a 5. That's not what I was hopeful for. Alright, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. There. So now he's kind of handled for a little while. Yep, so we dealt a little bit of damage back. Ow! That really kind of hurt, actually. Not gonna lie. Alright, so hits him for 12. Drop that in there, and then 10, and there. Good. Nice. Awesome. And then, yeah, this is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my time with it. You can't retaliate if you're dead. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so this was Dice Legends. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. This was our first episode, our first foray into the game. Our next episode is going to be a deeper dive into the mechanics and understanding what I believe to be the meta knowledge and how the game plays and progresses and things like that. Like I said, I will have a link for this should you want to try it out. This game is fully available, but we are playing the demo version of it from Steam. And if you have any interest in trying it out, I encourage you guys to go out there and definitely take a look at it. The pixel art, if nothing else, is very pretty to look at. We will catch you in our second episode where we will continue on with our adventure, hopefully have a little bit more to talk about, a little bit more understanding about the game, and we will catch up then. Later.